Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. How are we all doing today? I hope you're good. I hope you're feeling amazing. And I'm just going to plug a link there in for the 5-day challenge in the group that you're all invited to, that I'd love for you to come to. I'm also going to put my calendar link in here. Let's see, just one second. There it is. So now I've given you guys the link to register for the 5-day storytelling challenge that's coming up next Monday. And I've also given you a link if you'd like to schedule a call with me. Since you're a member of the group, it can just be a hello, good to know you call. If you've got a problem you'd like to talk about, if you'd like to talk about how to get from where you are to where you really want to be, anything like that, go ahead, grab the call, jump on, let's chat. They're short, they're low commitment, they're easy. They're 15-minute calls, and feel free to jump on and take one of them. So the reason I want to talk to you is I want to talk to you about how important it is to sort of master your voice. And when I say master your voice, I mean really understand some deep truth about our voices. Let me back up and share with you, hi Jackie, that when I take people through my coaching, I take them through 3 elements: storytelling, body language, and voice. And interestingly enough, when we get to voice, this is when engagement just dies down. Now, you may think to yourself, oh, I don't know, maybe you're just not a very good teacher. You're wrong. I'm an amazing teacher. I really am, though. I can get amazing results for you. The truth about why voice is where people die off is because voice is emotional. When I tell you that it's time to examine your voice and time to change your voice so that it can be sexy, powerful, seductive, informative, friendly, authoritative, that means that you're going to have to dig into pieces of your identity. Scott Murphy, thanks for tuning in. And people don't tend to like to do that. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that when we understand that our voice is responsible for all of the emotion that we deliver, that we convey, and we understand that having people feel the emotion we intend for them to feel is one of the most powerful communication tools we can harness, then suddenly it becomes like, well, maybe let's go back and let's take a look at this whole thing about learning how to master our voices. I want to share with you some examples from my morning coaching call with some current students to give you an idea, right? If you have children, think to the children that you have. If you have a significant other, or if you've had significant others in the past, and you've had what I call high stakes conversations. I don't like to use the word fights, but you know what I'm talking about. Conversations where there was a lot of emotional content on the line. There was a lot of vulnerability and a lot of desire and need to be validated on both sides. Now, I'm sure that you can relate to this. Think about the other person saying one little word, just one little word with the wrong tone of voice, and how it sent you into defensiveness, into offense, into pain, sadness, frustration. How one little tone of voice in one little word can make you feel invalidated, unheard, right? Not appreciated, frustrated, angry. That's the power of the voice. However, it's a coin with another side, right? So there's another side to it where when you understand how to use your voice powerfully, purposefully, right? And with intent, beautiful things can happen. Now, we're all in this group ostensibly because we either are or want to be public speakers. Now, I'm talking about very specific, very vulnerable, very raw moments, but guess what? The voice functions the same way when you're addressing an audience. Have you ever been, or have you ever seen, a speaker who failed to connect, especially in the beginning of their talk? Yes or no? I'm guessing it's yes. And When they fail to connect, it almost always has to do with two things out of the three. There are three things: story, voice, and body language. And when they fail to connect in the beginning, it's almost always down to the voice and the body. Almost always. Very, very rarely will you see somebody come out with great posture, great energy, real energy, not that fake hypey hype energy, and a great expressive tone and fail to connect with the audience. So the power to connect with your audiences is really in your nonverbals more than it's in your verbals. Now, I'm aware that I'm inviting you through this live stream to a 5-day storytelling challenge, but I want you to understand, first I want you to go. You should definitely go. But I want you to understand that while the story is ever so important, it is at the mercy of your understanding and your command of your voice and your posture. That's just how it is. So you've got 3 disciplines to master if you want to be a great speaker. And by the way, when I say great speaker, what I mean is someone who can walk out before they open their mouth and connect with that audience like that. Just grab them, right? When I say a great speaker, I mean someone who can take the audience through an emotional experience and create for them in that experience an opportunity, a moment where they can see their world, their life, their problems, their challenges, their goals, and their dreams in a new, empowering way. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any of this, I'm not afraid to get up on stage and make a sales pitch. That's great, but there's a higher level. And if you're in this group, if you follow me, if you're in my world, you probably want to be more transformative than that. You want to get people to take action, but you want it to be congruent with high values. Does that make sense? Does that sound like you? How am I doing? Doing okay? You following this? You tracking? So anyway, we've got to master the voice. And mastering the voice means digging into the emotions. What I find fascinating is that most people are sort of in an emotional default position. Like they're just waiting for stimuli to tell them how to respond, right? With their emotions. And this is why somebody can say one little word and it can set us off. But when you take charge of, when you take responsibility for, and you seize power over the thought process and the emotions, and then you learn how to channel that through the appropriate voice, suddenly you have massive power. And it's really awesome. It's really, really powerful. I just can't say enough about it, in fact. So listen, I want you to understand that you need to harness your voice in order to be effective. Most people don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. But as Jackie on this call right now will attest, when you start to do it, it's magical. I've put links in the top of the chat for both the 5-day challenge, which starts next week on Monday. I encourage you to sign up for it, to register for it, and to be part of it. It's free, and it will change the way you think about storytelling and communication. I've also put a call link to schedule a call with me. If you'd like to talk to me as a member of this group about any problems you're having, any challenges, any goals, dreams, aspirations related to your public speaking and your business, grab a call. Let's talk. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.